What's going on, everybody? Rabe here, and today we're taking a look at Gipsy Avenger from Pacific Rim Uprising by Tamashii Nations Bandai. So the last Pacific Rim figures were made by NECA and maybe another brand, I don't remember off the top of my head, but as far as I'm concerned, they weren't that great. I mean, unfortunately, I think they were running into budgeting problems and all kinds of other stuff, so they didn't have the articulation and a lot of the, I don't know, just the finesse that NECA usually produces just wasn't there. But this time we've got Tamashii Nations, and they are well known for making very well articulated, very nicely done figures. So I'm pretty excited about these in general. So obviously this is from the sequel Pacific Rim Uprising. The official release date for these was February 24th, I believe, and they have a very varied selection of different figures. Some of these will cost from anywhere from 20 to I think 30 and up. But this particular figure, Gipsy Avenger, was $20. I picked this up at Toys R Us, and yeah, so it looks really cool. Just to start out, you can see it's in almost a traditional Tamashii Nations sort of packaging, where it's got a little cutout window, but otherwise the box is very nice, very polished, very shiny. On the back you can see we got some nice images here, and we've got a little blurb about the figure. Side Jaeger. It's called the Side Jaeger. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I don't know if that's just a weirdly translated. They're just saying what side this is on, so maybe it's the side of the Jaegers. I honestly don't know. But this says, Gipsy Avenger honors the heroic legacy of her namesake as the flagship leader of the Mark VI fleet. More than just a Jaeger, she's a symbol of hope to millions. So then it also says that it includes a chain sword and gravity sling accessories, which is pretty awesome. It's got over 24 points of articulation. And then there's a bunch of caution here saying that it's sharp and it'll kill your kids, that kind of thing. So looking at the package, you can see it's pretty cool. So I'm very excited about this. Again, 20 bucks. Ages 15 and up, warning, choking hazard. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the package, and we're going to check it out right. Alright guys, so here we have Gipsy Avenger, and just to give you a quick size thingamajiggy, yeah, that's the word I'm going with. So, using my little, very hard to read, measuring implement here, Gipsy Avenger comes in just under 7 inches, or right around 17 centimeters tall, so you can get an idea of the scale of this thing. You do get some accessories here. You've got the gravity sling, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's nicely detailed. You've got some nice paint apps on here. I'm not sure if this is meant to be. I mean, it looks like it's just the gun that Gipsy Danger had in the first film, but I don't know if it's like different in some way. So I mean, we'll find out once the movie is out, I guess. But yeah, you do get one of those. You get 2 open hands, so that's cool. Just like that, and they're posted kind of like this, so you get the kind of Iron Man sort of repulsor ray sort of thing going on. And then of course you get the chain sword arm, which is pretty sweet. It's nicely done, nicely molded. It's not really soft plastic, it's pretty rigid plastic, so I'd be afraid to actually snap this if you tried like bending it in any kind of way, so just be careful with that. So other than that, it's very, very nice, very cool. And of course you've got Gipsy Avenger, his or herself. I think it's referred to as a she in the film franchise. But really nicely done. You can see the nice paint apps for the eyes and the striping. Got some nice tampo prints on the shoulder pads and other places on the figure itself. Some nice gunmetal paint work all around. See on the back there. Actually, this is molded plastic, at least it looks like. Some of it looks like molded, some of it looks like painted. It's hard to kind of differentiate between the two because of the lighting. But other than that, you can see there's some more on the legs here. and just some nice, nice detailing all the way around. As far, aside from detailing, you also get some amazing articulation. So especially for a $20 figure, you've got the head is on a ball joint here. The neck is also looks like it's able to be moved around a little bit. Yeah, you can definitely move it around. It's got a little bit of a squeak to it, but it definitely can move. And I think mine might actually be just a little bit just tight to start with, but I think it'll loosen up and get nice and posable there. The shoulder pads are on ball joints. Actually, you can pop them off and see what's going on here. So you've got the arm is actually on this little stalk here, which is a ball joint stalk. So it's ball jointed at the point where it meets the body, and then the shoulders also ball jointed. So you've got that going on. And obviously the ball joint on the shoulder pad allows for, mostly free range of motion there as well. It can get hampered a little bit just by the way that it's molded, but for the most part you can pull off most poses without much problem. You did get a bicep swivel. You also get a nice double jointed elbow and a ball jointed wrist, which is nice. You've got what feels like a ball joint inside the upper torso to allow for rotation of that torso joint, so you can get some cool poses out of that as well. You also have a rocker joint in the hips, which I'll show you. So you can see you can move those hips back and forth like that. And also, the thighs are actually ball joint pieces inside the thigh cuff, I guess. So you can even get nice, like, wide stances like that, or you can move that in and get kind of, I guess, a little bit more weird looking, but, wider stances like that. You can just get a nice, huge range of motion. You can see the leg can go all the way up like that, and even farther. Just with that, so you can really just crazy kick somebody into outer space, which is pretty neat. You also get nice double jointed knees. You can actually pull that back a little further that way as well. And the feet are also on double stock ball joints, as you can see by my pulling that out. And that's really my only gripe with this figure, is that some of the joints are not quite as tight as I would like them to be. Like the bicep swivel is a little swirly, so when you're trying to do some poses, it won't necessarily hold up the arm, especially if you've got one of the if you have the gravity sling attached on here. It'll have a tendency to weigh the arm down, but that shouldn't be too bad, and I might even be able to just stick a little bit of nail polish in there or something and tighten that joint up. But that's just something to look out for. On the back, you can see just nice detailing. We have these two, whatever they are. I have no idea if these are supposed to be weapons of some kind or like lights or whatever. You can remove them if you so choose. They come detached in the package. And you also have a little hole here in the back. You can remove this little panel, so you can attach him to a Tamashii action stage if you want to do some, crazy, like, if he wants to do a double kick up in the air. So you can get those sweet Spider-Man poses out of your Pacific Rim Jaegers. So that's pretty neat. Now moving along to the accessories. We did take a look at those before. So we do have two spare arms, and I'll show those off real quickly here. Well, first let's take a look at the hands. We do have two extra hands which we can attach. So we've got the open hand here, and then we could do, let's say, the gravity sling. Let's pull this arm off and pop this one on. And that's how they work. They just have this little like plug here. And hopefully this one is really tight, so hopefully I can get it on without a problem. There we go. So you can pose your guy kind of, whoops, come on, dude. There we go. I didn't have it plugged in all the way. That was my fault. So you can have this guy readying the gravity sling, bracing for the kill shot, and they look really, really cool, posed. So very, very nice posing available there. And then of course we can take this arm and remove it. And we go ahead and grab our chain sword. Plug this one in. And then this one just has the empty ball joint. You have to add the proper hand to it. And the weapon arms are non-reversible, so you gotta just put them on whatever arm they belong on. You can tell by the little red stripe that it goes on, which arm it goes on. But with this one, now you can have the chain sword, which is really cool. And of course, you can get some nice poses out of that as well. And you can have your Jaeger fighting all kinds of crazy bad guys, or whatever other figures you might have around. I know they're making kaiju figures, which is cool as well, but I don't know how interested I am in the rest of the line. From what I've seen, I'm not really that big into it, but I will have a lot of fun posing this guy, probably with some of my Monster Arts figures, maybe my large NECA Godzilla. So that would be very, very cool. But overall, yeah, really, really nicely done figure. Not quite as fit and polished as a proper Tamashii Figure Arts figure, or one of like a Figma or something like that. But on the other hand, this guy only costs $20, and he's quite a bit larger than your average Figma. We'll just go there's Sora. So you can see his size is pretty impressive as compared to like a standard sort of Figma character. I know Sora's maybe a little bit shorter, but you get the idea. The posability is there, and the quality is there. It's just not quite as polished as those other figures. I would have liked to maybe see a little bit tighter joints overall, but for the most part, it really does a great job of being an affordable and highly collectible sort of figure based on the Pacific Rim property. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come out with. If they come out with like an old school kind of Gipsy Danger, I'll probably pick that up as well. And we'll see maybe some other ones, like a Striker Eureka. Yeah, okay. Time to go to bed. But yeah, as they come out with some of the other first movie Jaegers, I may pick some of those up just because I do like some of those designs a lot. But overall, it's a really, really nice looking figure at a really affordable price. So definitely one to check out. So thank you guys for watching. That's going to do it for this review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.